in case you didn't get the memo, Priorat is expensive. And I don't think some of you understand why Priorat is expensive. If you get the chance to go to Priorat in the northeastern part of Spain, about 90 minutes southwest of Barcelona, you can drive there, it's pretty awesome. Once you drive there and see it, then you will understand. Priorat is an absolutely God-forsaken place to grow grapes. I have no idea why they did this. The monks that established Priorat, the abbey in Gratayops, the Scala monks in these guys were just, apparently they didn't have a whole lot going on. So they decided to put vineyards in the ground in hard slate. Now, this isn't slate that runs up and down, so the roots can find their way through the slate. No. These brilliant monks, decided to plant vineyards on the hillsides of Priorat, these dark black slate soils, and the slate runs this way. So the vines, when you plant them, they have to kind of like break through slate and then kind of find their way through it and maybe find some water where there's no water, because Priorat, these high mountains, these high hills southwest of Barcelona, it's a bit like, well, if you're a local, if you're Southern California, think of like, Morongo Valley or Joshua Tree or something. Like you're up there, and these vineyards, so they plant vines, and the vines would they die, and the monks would be like, maybe we shouldn't plant a vine there. But they still kept the vines everywhere else around. So when you see the vineyards, it's like vine here, vine here, vine here, vine here, not there, not there, ooh, dead there, ooh, not there, vine here. It is the craziest, stupidest place to grow grapes in the history of mankind. Now, that being said, the wine that comes from the grapes from the vineyards that do survive is sensational. Absolutely beautiful. Priorat is one of the premier wine growing regions on the planet, but it's a shit ton of work to get to that point. So, long story short, readers and followers and viewers, when we get the opportunity to sell a brilliant Priorat wine for $17 a bottle, we take notice because we know the winery's probably losing money on this product to get it into the market, to show people how awesome Priorat is. And we take special note of these particular producers. This is Cellars Grifoll Declara, established 1880, which is really old by Priorat standards. Priorat as an appellation really didn't get pumping until the 1990s with Alvaro Palacios and Rene Barbier from Clos Mogador, etc. But these guys were already in the house, whether they were just growing grapes and selling to the local cooperative, what have you. These guys have a long, long history in Priorat. They are located in a particular area in the far southwest of Priorat, all right? So we are basically on the border of the Priorat appellation down there. So half of their vineyards are in Priorat, half of them are in the Montsant appellation. So they make Montsant wines and they make Priorat wines. But it's very specific because the Priorat wines, what is in my glass? A fly literally flew into my Priorat wine because flies aren't dumb. Hold that thought, give me 2 seconds. Smartest fly ever. Where was I? Southwestern corner Priorat. Very specific place. And so what they do is they separate out the wines based on the soil type. So once you get into Montsant, you start getting more of the granitic soils and the mountainy soils. And when you're in Priorat, it's straight slate. So this is the 2019 Predicat Priorat from Cellars Grifoll Declara. We're talking about young vines in Priorat, which in this case is 35 to 40 years old, some older. And it's the classic blend here. We have about half and half Garnacha and Carignana, Carignan, Grenache and Carignan, with a touch of Merlot. Is that? Yeah, Merlot. Whew. Not as dumb as I look. A little touch of Merlot in there. And the key here is we are delivering a top-flight Priorat wine at entry-level Côte d'Rhône pricing. That's something very important to remember. They have it a lot easier in the Southern Rhone than they have in a Priorat. We have to remember the scales of economy. We have to remember the yields per plant. We have to remember the yields per hectare. We have to remember the difficulty of the farming when we're talking about wines in this price point. Yeah. So Côte d'Rhône on steroids is kind of like the play here. The Carignan gives fabulous structure to this wine. Carignan, the grape, gets no better anywhere on the planet than Priorat. Priorat is the ground zero for 100-point Carignan. Although the south of France, Languedoc, Samaries and Minervois, etc., can come pretty damn close. Priorat is ground zero for the most brilliant Carignan on the planet. And the Garnacha here creates the fruit, the center of the base, and the Carignan creates the frame. The Merlot, I don't know why the Merlot is there. Probably keep the cost down. I'm sure it has some reason for being there, but this wine is all about the other 90%. This is all about Grenache and Carignan. This wine's expertly crafted. I am in love with this gear. 9 months in French oak. They even say it on the back. You can read all this information in the back, as I just did, as you saw. 9 months in older French oak, used French oak, no new oak. Grenache doesn't like new oak. Carignan, not a huge fan of new oak. It's already a bit tannic and already a bit chewy. So these are older barrels. And my God, what a wine. Oh my God. We'll make sure we have some pictures in the email showing you the desolate nature of exactly where this wine comes from. And you'll be like, they make wine there? Are they stupid? Well, the monks weren't the smartest monks, and they were kind of stuck there because the Catholic Church was like, monk, go here. And the monks were like, damn it, there's wolves and we can't grow wine. And they ended up doing it anyway. And they set the precedent for what has become one of the greatest appellations for Rhone-style varieties on the planet through a lot of hard work and perseverance and sweat and pain. $17 for that much perseverance, sweat, and pain is a giveaway. So I hope you guys jump on this wine. This is absolutely remarkable gear for the money. Predicat Priorat, $17. Click below, get yourself some.